In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the passenger side front CV axle on this Dodge Dart. Let's get into it. We're going to remove the wheel, use a 19mm socket, take the lug nuts off. And these are lug bolts. Before I take the last one off, I'm just going to hold the wheel on and grab the wheel and slide it off. We're going to remove this spindle nut. I'm just going to use a punch, and where it's peened over, we'll just try to pop it out a little bit. It should be good. Using a 36mm socket, take this nut off. Comes right off. We're going to take the wheel speed sensor out, use a 10mm socket, take the bolt out. Grab the sensor, just wiggle it back and forth a little bit. Just slide it out and set it to the side. I'm going to use a 16mm wrench. On the back side there's a nut. And then for this bolt I'm going to use an E14 socket. Take this bolt out. Nut off. Take that bolt out. Now we're going to pry this down. They do make a special tool that you can use that's like a hook, and then you can put your pry bar in there. If you don't have one of those, you can use an exhaust clamp. I'm just going to put the nuts on the other side temporarily. Pry bar, and carefully pry down. There you go. You can slide the axle out. Underneath, using a 13mm socket, there's 2 screws. 2 bolts. You want to take those out. Loosen those up first. And pull that out. There's another bolt on the top. Use a 13mm socket, take that bolt out. Take that bolt out. Just grab the axle. I do have a drain bucket under the transmission in case any fluid comes out. And just slide it outwards. Shield might get in the way a little bit, just bend it back. And it slides right out. And we'll slide the new axle in. Before we slide it into the transmission, let's just turn this mount around. It's flipped up. Line it up. May have to twist it a little bit. All right, there it is. It's lined up. And put the bolts in. Actually, put that inside bolt in first. It'll be a little easier. And tighten that down. And tighten that down. Put the other bolt in. Get that lined up. And tighten those two bolts as well. Snug those down. All right, that's tight. That's tight. And now it's tight. There we go. Now slide the axle in. That started. There we go. And using the pry bar. Have the control arm down. The ball joint lined up with the knuckle. Just be careful of your fingers. You don't want to put them near there because it could pop like that. Take our exhaust clamp off. The bolt. Slide it through, get the nut on the back side. I'm going to tighten this down. And torque this down to 52 foot-pounds. Put the axle nut on, snug that down. Take two of the lug bolts, get those started. Take a pry bar, slide it in between the bolts and touching the floor. We're going to torque this nut to 148 foot-pounds. That's good. Take that off. Take the bolts out. Now, just to prevent the nut from loosening up, I'm just going to use a punch. Just give it a tap right where those grooves are. Get it right there, and then spin this around. And just do the same right here. There we go. That's not going to loosen. Take the wheel speed sensor, line that up, push that in, take the bolt, get that started, and snug that down. Now install the wheel. You want to line the holes up. Take the lug bolt, get that started. Get the other one started. Now we're going to torque the lug bolt in a cross pattern to 92 foot-pounds. Just go around again, double check.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.